indigenous?
Yes, we are very upset and concerned that the preambular part, which refers to human rights, including the rights of indigenous peoples, women, the rights of women, people with persons with disabilities, is now suddenly in a bracket. When before it was submitted for the ministers to negotiate, it was unbracketed, and now it's bracketed. So that's quite surprising for us, because human rights is already an obligation of states. All member states of the UN already have clear obligations on human rights, and we don't understand why they don't want to uphold human rights and respect human rights in climate change, when you cannot delink climate change from human rights. Otherwise, you are not ensuring that the rights of peoples are protected, as well as the issue of equity and justice are addressed.
What happened in the process? Because you were lobbying.
Yeah, we actually, I believe there's some horse trading, to be honest, that's happening on the side. And again, it's driven by each party's interest, and it's not within the building solidarity and cooperation of all states, because that's what we need now. What we need now is the solidarity of all member states and the unity to really go for an ambitious target to cut carbon emission and to ensure that in the mitigation and adaptation measures, rights are protected, because unless that is protected, we remain, a lot of people in the world remain vulnerable, not only to the impacts of climate change, but also to human rights violations. On the case of indigenous peoples, there are potential threats of land grabbing, displacements, criminalization of our livelihoods, and this will continue in the name of climate change.
This happened on your day. How do you feel it happened on Asia people?
While we are having our discussions here in the Indigenous Peoples Pavilion, apparently the negotiations continued in the blue zone, where suddenly it was bracketed. So the special rapporteur came and provided an update, and thereby we will be having our press conference. The special rapporteur and the Office of the High Commissioner is also going to have a press conference, and they're going to have breakfast meeting with the ministers to remind them of their obligation to respect human rights.
Which states are blocking the referendum?
I don't know yet, because we don't know. I have not received the information from the inside on who actually put the brackets on the language of human rights. But just to say that's really alarming for us, that states are already blocking the language of human rights, when it was already agreed initially by the negotiators before it went to the ministerial level.
Which states are supporting this?
The states that are supporting are Canada, Philippines, Mexico, Guatemala, and other countries in Latin America. And there's now an initiative even by Ambassador de Alba of Mexico, informing the Friends of States in supporting the human rights language in the agreement. So we hope that will gain traction, and that the brackets will be taken out.